there were a lot of claims that the YG artists would sell more tickets than when what they actually did. As an example, they said that Big Bang sold 45,000 tickets in a venue that only houses 40,000 tickets. Another time is that there were claims that they actually sold more tickets in a venue in Japan when, according to evidence, an entire section was closed off. As opposed to DBSK or TVXQ, they did not close off the entire venue, and the entire venue was filled. So I'm not going to say whether that piece of article is accurate or not, but I hope what I'm going to share next is going to shed some light on how you can determine whether something is media play or not. Now, a certain user wrote about an article on how Big Hit may or may not be doing media play. First, it is important for us to understand where media companies are actually getting their news. One way for them to get the news is from the media companies themselves. For entertainment companies especially, it is very common for them to have a department that is devoted into maintaining the relationships with journalists or media people, because the journalists and media people are the ones that actually publish their stories when they have something to announce. Now, how those news releases or media releases are going to get published is totally up to the media company. They can publish the media release as is, or they can rewrite it. The media release may also come in different form. It can be an actual paper, an actual email where all the information is written. It can also come in the form of a text or just a verbal communication. Now, the other complication is that it is also possible for a for a management company, or for a company for that matter, to get the information out without their name getting into it. In other words, they can distribute the information but make it appear as if it's coming from somebody else. There are certain telltale signs. For example, if the same pieces of information gets distributed to all the media companies, then most likely that's a media release. The other thing is that you can just double check the information. For example, if somebody's claiming that this artist sold this number of tickets in a certain venue, you can actually check with the venue themselves. They actually make this information public. They release statistics, they release the number of tickets sold. In the case of Rose Bowl, they actually told the entire world how many tickets Ed Sheeran sold, Beyonce sold, BTS sold. This specific article about Big Hit states that all K-pop, Koreaboo, Soompi, and other popular media companies that write about South Korea and Japan and other entertainment industries in other countries, they published an article stating that the headline at least implies that BTS already made a contribution, or the effect of BTS in the economy of South Korea goes up to the trillions. But when you read the entire article, it's just a prediction by an economist. So for you to fact check whether that's media play, that's Big Hit doing media play, first is to actually ask where that piece of information came from. That person who's doing the prediction will actually tell you. Now, he can probably claim that it was just him doing it, even though it was Big Hit who told him. So that happens, and there's really not much you can do, again, unless if you can establish the connection of this economist or this source of information to Big Hit. However, in this particular article that this user wrote, he or she stated that the contents of the article actually is just a prediction. So it was just a misleading headline. In that case, you can actually ask the media company who wrote the headline. Was it Big Hit who wrote the headline? Or ask them to write the headline that way. If it was Big Hit, then that's media play. If it is not, then you can just blame the media company, because that's just clickbait. They just want to be able to write headlines that will catch attention, that they will inspire people to click the news article. But if there's anybody who will understand that practice, the clickbait practice, it would be this writer, because she did the same thing. She wrote the headline in a question form. Is Big Hit doing media play, or something like that? I know it's a question form, but that headline already associates Big Hit with media play. So you did the same thing they did, which is to just write the headline in such a way that will attract people to click that article. So in gist, that's how you will know whether it's media play or not. Number one, know whether it's a media release or a news release that came from the business itself, the management companies, or the creators of the products. But if you can't determine whether that information came from the management company or the business itself, then you can do a fact check. If the facts don't line up, then somebody is doing media play, and that somebody is most likely associated directly or indirectly to the business that benefits. That's it. Hope that helps.